Hi, I'm Anil. Welcome to the Computer Basics channel. We were discussing regarding fundamentals of computer. In the last video, we have compared a human being and a computer. Uh, the basic data processing procedure and equipments are same in both human body and computer. So as in human body, we are having some input systems, some output systems, some processing systems. Just copy of that is computer is copy of that system. So in computer also we are having same three things: input devices, output devices, and processing unit. Okay, now in computer the input devices are keyboard, mouse. Output devices are monitor, printer. Input devices are those devices which receives the data. Output devices are those devices which displays or which shows the data after processing. Now, what is the processing unit? The processing unit is responsible to process the data. In our last video, we have discussed regarding our brain. What are the individual units in the brain? Permanent memory, temporary memory, and there is a processing unit. So permanent memory, in case of processing, in case of computer, it is hard disk drive. Temporary memory, it is RAM. Processing unit, in case of computer, that is called central processing unit, CPU. So these are the main equipments inside the computer. Let us discuss regarding how these elements are placed inside a computer. Basically, all these processing unit equipments are placed in a box named as system box or system unit. It is, in case of desktop, it is a separate box which is just beside the monitor or placed just nearby the monitor. Now that is the system unit. Inside this system unit, all these equipments, along with this some other important equipments are there. So let us discuss this system unit. What are the equipments inside that and how they are working? Now if we will discuss regarding system unit, the first and basic component of the system unit is SMPS. What is SMPS? The full form is switching mode power supply. So from the name only it is clearly explained, no need to understand by heart something. The mode of the power supply is switched by the SMPS. What is our mode of power supply? Our mode of power supply is AC current, but the equipments inside the computer, they need DC current. So to convert from AC to DC, we need a converter which will convert from AC to DC, that is the SMPS. That's why its name is switching mode power supply. Now it converts the AC to DC, and small voltages like plus 5 minus 5 volt DC, minus 3 plus 3 DC, then plus 12 minus 12 DC. These DC voltages are supplied to the various peripherals equipments of the system. Now coming from SMPS, the next we will go for DVD writer. What is a DVD writer? There is a player where we are placing our CD or DVD. If it is only readable, that means you are putting the DVD, you can read only, then that is DVD ROM, read only memory. Now if you are putting the DVD, you can read from the DVD and you can write on the DVD, then it is a writer. Nowadays only writers are available, ROM nobody is for purchasing. So DVD writer. After DVD writer, third important element is hard disk drive. As I told you, there is a permanent memory in our processing unit which stores the data permanently. If you will ask anything 10 years back, 100 years back, 2000 years back, if data is stored, it will tell you. So that permanent memory is known as hard disk drive. Permanent memory. There are so many other things are there, but these are the very basic and common things which we need to know. And the last and most important thing is the motherboard. Now, what is a motherboard? There is an electronic circuit inside that system unit or system box. That electronic circuit is known as motherboard. Why it is called motherboard? Because it is the base thing which controls all the devices. Till now, whatever we have seen, hard disk drive, DVD writer, not SMPS, monitor, keyboard, peripheral, all the peripherals, input output devices, all are attached directly to the motherboard only. From the motherboard there are some ports, USB port, PS port, some ports are there where you are attaching your mouse, keyboard, everything in the system unit. So this is the major part where the important and very basic equipments of the computer system are there in the motherboard. Now what are they? First and foremost is temporary memory or RAM. As we discussed in the last class, there is a temporary memory in our processing system which is responsible to store the data temporarily. That means now in case of human brain, the current working days, suppose 2-3 days working data. Now what you have done up to 2-3 days, it is stored. After that you will gradually forget. So those things are stored. Now whatever you are doing inside a computer, that is stored in a temporary memory, that is called random access memory, RAM. It is the temporary memory of the computer system. Temporary memory of the system. After RAM, there is another equipment which is very much important, that is ROM, read only memory. It is a chip inside the motherboard which is responsible for checking all the devices of the computer while we are booting. And another thing, that is making ready the desktop to the user friend to be used by the user. So those two tasks are known as power on self test, and another one is bootstrap loader. These two things are there in the ROM. What is the power on self test? When you are switching on the power, first supply goes to SMPS. SMPS is responsible to convert the AC into DC. It will activate all the peripherals, all the equipments of the system. Then after, motherboard will be activated, and in the motherboard, first thing which will be activated is ROM. And inside ROM, it is why it is read-only memory. It is told read-only memory. Whatever content is there in this memory, you can read it only. You cannot write on it. As we have two types of books, our printed books and notebooks. Printed books, only you are purchasing textbooks from the market to read. You can't write on it. So that is the ROM, which is already printed during the manufacturing of that device. We are not printing anything. In the another thing is RAM, which is just like your notebook. It is totally blank while manufactured. You are purchasing from the market. You are writing on it. Whatever you are writing, that is written there. So this is the difference between ROM and Right. Now in the ROM, first is power and self test. It is a software or program or firmware, whatever you may tell. It is responsible to check all the equipments of the system just after switching on the system. If any hardware problem is there, it will give a message on the system. Sometimes you might have got some error message. Press F1 to continue. What we are doing blindly, we are pressing F1 and we are continuing. If you will see the message, there must be a hardware problem. It is giving you message. So that is the task of post. Just after switching on, it will check all the peripherals. If any hardware is not working properly, it will give you a message. Next, program or software or firmware, whatever it is, that is Bootstrap loader. What is a Bootstrap loader? Bootstrap loader loads the operating system from the hard disk to the RAM. Why hard disk to RAM? See, as I told you, hard disk is the permanent memory. Our our input and output devices, they are not accessing from the hard disk drive, that is permanent memory. Whatever we are connected with, that is the RAM. From keyboard, whatever information is going, that is going through RAM only, and whatever information is coming, that is also coming through RAM only. Now whatever data is there inside the Bootstrap loader, that data, that program is responsible to load the operating system from the permanent memory to the temporary memory RAM. When it is copied from permanent memory to temporary memory, then you will see the ready desktop where mouse is activated, some icons are there, some figure is there, mouse pointer is there. When you are getting that figure, you will know that the task of the Bootstrap loader is finished. So these are the two major softwares or programs which is there in the ROM while manufacturing. So it is just compared with a textbook. It is program is already printed. We can't do anything. Only our task is to read only. That's why it is read only memory. Various types of ROM is available in the market. If you will enter into ROM, then it is another class, different types, erasable ROM, non-erasable ROM. Then if erasable, it is ultraviolet erasable or electronic erasable. So many types of ROM are available in the market. Now let us go to the next equipment, that is your battery. There is a metal oxide semiconductor battery inside the system. What is task of this battery? Battery can't store data. Battery can run something. It can give some power to a chip or something. Now why it is used inside the computer? Suppose today I am switching off the system. After 10 days I am switching on the system. So when I am switching on the system after 10 days, then the date and time of that day it is coming. So it is proved that when the system is switched off, date and time is running inside the system continuously 365 days 24 by 7. Why it is how it is running? Because of this battery. This battery is giving some power to some chip or some memory which is storing the date and time, and it is running continuously. Now this metal oxide semiconductor is responsible for another storing information, that is your system password. If you have system password, there are two types of password, system password and OS password. If a password is asking just after booting, it is system password. If password is asking after some time before entering into Bootstrap loader, that means before loading the operating system, then that is operating system password. So if you have given system password, then it is stored by CMOS battery. After these three, the most important thing is CPU, that is central processing unit. It is the part of the computer which is responsible to calculate everything of the computer. It is a small chip. So the total system box, we should not tell it is that it is the CPU. Some people are telling that box is CPU. That box is not CPU. CPU is this small chip which is there on the motherboard. It is responsible to calculate everything, to process everything. As we discussed in our first video, that if somebody is asking you what is 18 into 12, you can't say suddenly. But if somebody is asking you 10 into 2 how much, you can tell suddenly it is 20. But if 18 into 12 somebody is asking, you are calculating 18 into 10 180, 18 into 2 36, 180, 36, 216. So this calculation is required. When this calculation is done inside the memory, that is the task of our processing unit, central processing unit, or in technical term, in marketing language, we are telling microprocessor. Okay, so this is the microprocessor. So these are the major equipments of a computer system. Okay, now after knowing these major equipments, in the next video we will go for the basic block diagram of computer. There we will see how data is flow from the keyboard to monitor. We are giving some input, it is processing in the system, and output is coming in the monitor or speaker or printer. How it is going on inside the system, those things we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.